Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today I have a final update for you in regards to a story we read about a month ago. This one, to be exact, the brother wants to propose at my wedding saga. You know the one, with the enabled brother and narcissist grandma that both love to play the victim. Yeah, that one. Well, we have the wedding update you were all hoping for, so let's jump into it, shall we? Brother wanted to propose at my wedding. Final update. Wedding bells and insanity. Well, it's been a ride. A fair bit has happened since my last post, so I thought it was best to wait until I was married and settled in after my honeymoon to speak to everyone. Since my last post, my parents have managed to rent out both of their spare rooms. Both tenants are young women who are first-time renters, and they've each taken a room. Both are pleasant enough, but I've barely spoken to them. My parents say they're pretty good tenants, so we'll see how everything goes. My father has also begun remodeling the attic to be converted into another room that they can eventually rent. It's gonna be a slow process though, as he doesn't have a lot of time to work on it unless it's on the weekends, but he's determined to get it done. Now, on to the period before my wedding. Well, unsurprisingly, my grandma went mental. Apparently, after I told her off over the phone about a month ago, she went off her rocker even further and actually lashed out at my brother, which is something I never thought she would do given how much she loves and enables him. Apparently, my grandma's neighbor heard all of the commotion and ended up coming over to check on her. My grandma attacked the neighbor. Police were called and they took grandma into custody for a psych hold, and she tried to attack one of the officers as well. She's a frail little old lady with false teeth, so not a lot she can do to anyone. My parents went in to see her, but visitors weren't permitted until the 3 days were over. When my parents did meet with her, she was hamming it up and playing the victim and trying to get my parents on her side. My mother said that grandma was still blaming me for everything and that she still had a right to be at my wedding. My mother let her have it by saying that she lost that right after everything she said and did, all the lies and gaslighting, and being mad at me for something as petty as getting married before my man-child older brother that she outright stated was her favorite grandson. Meanwhile, my brother was chilling in her house. He had all to himself until my grandma was allowed to return home. Don't have much information from that point on, since my parents haven't bothered to see grandma or my brother again. Next is my wedding. The outdoor venue my wife and I picked was beautiful. There was a good-sized man-made pond with paddle boats and plenty of wild ducks and frogs. The ducks came right up to people begging for food, so we brought some loaves of cheap white bread so the kids could toss some to the ducks. The venue was also near a golf course, so kids were having fun, hunting for lost golf balls like they were Easter eggs. It was some good, wholesome fun, and the wedding was very sweet and intimate. Yes, I did have security there, and yes, my grandma did show up. Even though her invitation had been officially rescinded, she still had the paper one she'd gotten in the mail. My brother wasn't with her, and she drove 200 miles herself just to try and get into my wedding. She showed up acting sweet, but then turned into a crazy bitch when the guard refused her entry. She screamed out my name and demanded to be let in, and refused to leave until she spoke to me. Security threatened police, and given what had happened a few weeks prior with her attacks, she just waddled back to her car as to not get into further trouble. And that was thankfully it for that. But this was not the end to the story. Oh no! Because now that the only person still talking to grandma was my older brother, I guess she started taking things out on him. No more family scapegoats left for her to yell at, so she had to take it out on my brother since he was under her roof and the only one left who will talk to her. I know this because he sent me a letter, since I have him blocked on everything but snail mail. And I got the letter after coming back from my honeymoon. It was a letter with a mix of both apologies and blaming me. The letter basically said that he was sorry for wanting to propose at my wedding, and he sees how crummy it it would have been to try that, and that I was right about him being underhanded in trying to ask his ex to marry him in front of so many people. But then he said he was angry he didn't get to go to my wedding because I couldn't overlook my traumas. Then he backpedaled, saying he was so sorry for letting Grandma treat me the way she has for so long, because now he's getting some of that. Then he blamed me for getting Grandma so worked up in the first place by yelling at her and not letting her come to my wedding. Then further went on to blame me for our parents kicking him out of their house and being stuck with Grandma in the first place. He didn't even get kicked out. He left because my parents wanted him to pay rent. So now he's apartment hunting. He did apparently ask my parents to move back in with them, but they outright refused and told him to get his own place. Also, on a side note, my brother's ex-girlfriend still has not reached out or spoken to anyone in my family since she last spoke with me a month ago. Not that I blame her. I barely knew her anyway, and we have no mutual friends. I checked her social media recently though for you guys, and she seems just fine. And to my brother, whom I know will likely find and read this soon, get a life, man! Stop blaming your shit on everyone and grow up. You're on your own now, and the rest of us aren't gonna hold you up anymore. If you do manage to date again, don't screw it up like last time. You and I both know why things didn't work out with your ex, and I hope you realize now that running to Grammy and getting drunk won't help you anymore when you're 30. The world doesn't revolve around you. As for wife and I, the honeymoon was great. We went on the road and made it all the way to the coast. My wife also insisted we go cycling. I'm not much of a bicycle rider, but it was fun to go a couple miles down the coast road. Ended up dead tired though. Need to get in better shape. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone here for listening to me over the last month-ish and offering their advice. It really helped. Not just me, but my parents too. Like I said previously, I am so glad that OP's parents turned a new leaf and did a total 180 on their lives. Cutting off the brother was honestly the best thing they could have done. Not only for them, but for the brother too. The only way he is going to mature and learn is if he goes out on his own. I still have hope that this brother could get better. Maybe? Grandma, on the other hand, after reading this one, Grandma is showing some signs of dementia or Alzheimer's with the severe aggression. Yes, she's always been verbally abusive, but attacking is concerning. And honestly, it's a good excuse to just get her in a home. I would feel bad for the caregivers having to deal with this woman, but honestly, I think Grandma being in a home would be the best option for everyone. But I am satisfied with this update, and I'm so happy that OP and his wife had a nice wedding with minimal drama, and that OP's parents are doing well, and I hope OP's brother gets some therapy and grows up. But that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this final update. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!